How'd that make you feel?
Angry. Everybody on campus is talking about me. I'm like one of 12 black kids. You know, I already felt alone.
So I've been moving 100 miles per hour far too long. So long that sooner or later, I knew that I was gonna need a break. And so a couple of weeks ago, it hit me. I had a breakdown. To be honest, I probably had some issues for the last couple of years. And my major issue was feeling a sense of being alone. And it doesn't really help that running a business is very lonely in itself. So when I had my breakdown, I thought it would be a perfect time to disconnect from everything and try to heal myself or get back to who I am. And really just try to figure out who I am. I've been putting off therapy for years.
And I'm listening to the conversation and the question, and I'm trying to ask myself, like, damn, when is it? When was it? Where am I now?
Yeah.
Right? I'm certainly in a mind state of abundance. I'm not at rock bottom, but the blows that took me to the deepest waters, it almost felt like I could not find rock bottom. Rock bottom would have been stable ground.
Wow.
But I've always felt like it was something I desperately needed. So I booked a session, but even before I even went to my first session, I figured out what my problem was. My problem has been that I've had a connection issue. For a while, which felt like an eternity, it felt like it was damn near impossible for me to connect with other people, especially in a real way. But it hit me that I wasn't connecting with people, and that was because they weren't connecting with me. And they weren't connecting to me because I wasn't connected to anything. I realized over the last couple of weeks and years that I wasn't necessarily connected to the people in my life. I wasn't connected to the things in my life. I wasn't connected to my work anymore. And really, I wasn't even connected to myself. I realized that the start of this happened when I watched this video.
Taylor, you need to do me a huge favor. If you really want to win and you want to come to New York in 8 years and shake my hand, here's what you need to do. You need to stop giving a shit about what anybody else has and realize that if you put your head down and just work for the next 10 years, no glamour, no new fucking car, suitcase, jewelry, trip, event, no Coachella, no fucking new fucking sneakers, like fucking work, you will have it. And every time you care about one of the things I just mentioned, it will slow down your process of having it.
So once you know what the problem is, it's time for you to fix it. And fixing it for me looks like finding things that give me joy, finding joy back in my business, getting back on track with the mission of this particular video series, spending time with family members, spending time with people that I just enjoy being around. And it has nothing to do with who I am on social media or the work that I do or what I can kind of help other people with, but just spending time with people who enjoy spending time with you and people that you just have a great time around. And so I feel like I spent a lot of years being a particular version of myself. And I did that so long that I actually lost the true version of myself. And actually, let's just cut out the versions of ourselves. I just lost who I was. I love giving value in my content. But like I said, it's time to get back to the true mission of what I was put here for, which is document my journey of building a multi-million-dollar content agency. Speaking of which, doing that has been a struggle because, like I said, I was just fully disconnected from the actual work that I do for clients. I've always had a vision of what I wanted my company to be, and I figured out a while ago, the more client work that I did, it was definitely taking me away from that initial vision.
On January 4th, 2012, Kanye announced his intention to start Donda to the public through a series of tweets. Donda is a creative agency with resources to produce world-class work in various industries including music, film, advertising, art, and design.
And so now I definitely want to take my company back to what my company was built here for. Like I said, it's called the Rebel Society. And so we're not just here to do the work that everybody else is doing. We want to do something that's creative, outside the box, that gets people talking. So what that means is that I'm going back to doing what I love and doing what I want to do. And that is creating commercials, creating campaigns for brands, and not just any cookie cutter commercial. We want to do visually stunning, captivating, and really just creative outside of the box content for brands. I thought I was doing this all these years, but in actuality, I was just doing what the clients wanted me to do. So you might be watching this and trying to figure out, what does all of this have to do with you as a viewer of this channel? Or what should you expect going forward? For me, it will be a lot of the same content up here, but there is a but. There will be more emphasis on the journey that I have. So it might not be as many 5 things I learned about this or 7 things that I learned about that, but it more so will be me documenting the certain things that I'm actually doing to build up my company, as well as just putting more emphasis on storytelling and really just overall just creating better content. So with doing that, it might mean that I might not be able to post every week. It might not mean I'll be able to post every other week. I might only post 1 post a month. But just know that when I actually do post a video, that it is gonna be something I've put all my energy into, put my heart and soul into, to try to give you guys the best video possible and give myself the best video possible. So as I told my wife before, I'm going to be consistent on working on projects, just not as consistent with my actual output as far as putting out content every day. I gotta say that my 60-day challenge that I did right before I went dark was eye-opening. You know, it was eye-opening to the sense that the content that I was putting out wasn't something that I enjoyed or wasn't something that I loved doing. I just did it because I said I was gonna do it for 60 days. And so once I got to day 25, I was looking back at the videos that I did and it was just like, I do not love this. Like, nothing about this is bringing me joy. I'm not even giving out good facts or good energy. I'm just doing it to meet a quota. And I don't want to live like that. And I will not live like that anymore. I've been doing the quantity thing for a while. So I feel like it's time to do the quality thing. So I'm sorry if this is something that you just wasn't expecting. Or if you might have missed me uploading. I seen your DMs and I'm definitely gonna respond back to those people. But it was super important and vital for me to actually just take some time off of me and really just try to get back to the me that's right here. I really needed it. And I still need it. So I say all that to say is please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't done so already, because this is day 1 of just a wild ride that we're about to go on. And so once again, I'm Rashad, I'm 38, and I'm building a multi-million-dollar content agency. Thank you for coming along on this journey of mine.